We steal the waves in the air, and we never give them back. But now, we put the letters to the paper, and we never erase. We are Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci. And welcome everyone to a bit of Pickering Unplugged. It has been quite some time, hasn't it, since we've simply sat and had a bit of a conversation about us. And I thought, what better to talk about today than our new written publication, Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci. What is it? Who is it? What do we write about? Where do we read it? And what does it mean to us to write? So let's jump into it and start with the most obvious question first. What is Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci? And for that answer, it's important to understand first, what is Lofi Poli Sci? And the short answer is, and always will be, Lofi Poli Sci is the we that we be. It's all of us. It's you. It's me. It's everyone and anyone. We are. Simple as that. Now, Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci is simply our letters to ourselves, to you, to everyone. It's our poetry. It's our essays. It's our dear diary. It's a letter to those we love. It's whatever we wish it to be. We try to keep it to about one page. That way it's something quick, something fresh, something that's not a chore, but rather a release. A release to read, a release to write. Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci is our release. It's our words, our thoughts. It's part of who we are. We publish every other Saturday. Our last issue came out on Saturday, June 6th, just this past one. And it was an 8-page publication with just over 4 pages of our words. Now, that being said, who's writing? Well, at the moment, there are 6 of us who write. Natalie, Erin, Amelia, Lalabella, Caroline, and myself. And not all 6 of us write every issue, no. And really, people write when they want to write, and when they have something to say. You know, for this last issue, one of the writers was simply like, look, I thought about it, and I really don't have anything to say about this right now. And that's the beautiful thing about letters, because the reality is, ain't none of us always got something to say about everything. You know, and for another issue, a writer was like, look, it's summertime, and I have a lot going on, and I just can't make this issue, and that's the damn truth for all of us. It's summertime. We can't all be sitting behind our laptops all day. Get out there, Lo-Fi Nation, get some sun. But wear your sunscreen, of course. But who are we? We're just people. We're writers because we want to be, and because we write. We all do different things, most of us in different places, and all at different points in our lives. We're just people, and we just feel like writing. So we do. And that's who we are. That's what Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci is. But then, what do we write about? Well, up until recently, I would set a general topic or a theme, send it out, and people would just run with it, and write what they will. Write it the way that they want, and in the language that they wish. And this week we had our first piece in another language, in Spanish, and we'd love to see even more. But past themes we've written on. Who are we, and what do we want? Another one we wrote on. Pause, rewind, reset. Another theme. Their opinion. My choice. And this past issue's theme. Time. Finishing what we started. Or starting something new. But now for the next issue, the theme is really a collaborative idea from one of the other writers. Dear Diary. What to do to stay optimistic. You know, that's our theme for the June 19 issue coming out next week. Now, the next question I've been starting to get is how to read it, if you're interested. So I do have an emailing list that every other Saturday when we publish, I send the issue to everyone on it. And your emails stay private. I put them all on the BCC of the email, so you receive an email directly from me with that issue attached to it. So if you want to get on the emailing list, just let me know and send me your email. I also publish it on my personal LinkedIn page, so you can always read it if you're connected to me there. And the writers themselves, they're free to publish it anywhere they please as well. And eventually, a little sneak peek for all you summertime listeners out there, it'll eventually be published on our website, something that I'm currently working on, and I will most certainly let you know more as it develops. And our last question, though, about letters. What does it mean to us to write? And in all honesty, I can't speak for the others, though I do imagine I know them all well enough to make a few assumptions about why they choose to write. But I won't. What I will say is, why do I write? And let me tell you, it's not because I'm bored during the summer. Hell no, I'm busy as can be right now, and in many ways, I'm busier now during the summer than I was during the semester. It's just a different kind of busy. So why do I write? And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to read one of my writings from issue 2 when it was just me writing by myself at that point. And then I'll tell you why I wrote it. So the title is Dear Diary, Am I a Post-Structuralist? It's a short piece, so don't think I'm about to be reading you an audiobook. Nah, Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci ain't about that. And I'm not quite sure I feel like reading anyone a bedtime story either. But as a preface to it, I'll say that the term post-structuralist comes from the subfield of political science called international relations. And the short definition of post-structuralist is someone who uses multiple schools of thought to understand the world we exist in. Simple as that. So here goes. Dear Diary, it feels like anything but a Saturday. And what an odd world around me. I find myself doubting that the times are a-changing. Though without any doubt, people be crazy. I ride a streetcar and a bus to work and back again. An interesting setting to watch my fellow human beings interact with the environment around us. And for the most part, this remains an event of observation, as rarely do these humans interact with me. Oh, dear diary, let me tell you, these humans are an interesting bunch, to say the least. The topics of conversation range from everyone for themselves, very much a realist perspective, if I do say, to, if we all work together and collaborate, things will be all right. Most certainly a neoliberal view. Gender and race often come up as topics as well to make an interesting collection of random people's views on feminism, post-colonialism, and even Marxism. Though at the moment, it appears not so many people are talking about the environment. Sorry, Green Theory. Certainly everyone has an opinion at the moment, which perhaps I actively avoid asking about lest they spend an hour telling me about the details of it. A topic for a later Dear Diary entry, perhaps. I suppose my main observation of us, as of late, people's perpetual proclivity to providing perspective of a singular nature. Whether realist or neoliberal, feminist or post-colonial, Marxist though never Green Theory, people seem set in one way at the moment. Dear Diary, I find this troubling. Am I a post-structuralist? Now back to our initial question, why do I write? Well, I wrote this piece because I tend to see the world from many different places, perspectives, views, all at once. And in all honesty, Lo-Fi Nation, I have a lot of difficulty identifying with or understanding a lot of the things I hear people talk about. I feel disconnected from the conversations I hear, and whether I'm tuned in or tuned out many times, I simply don't get it. I wrote this piece because it helps me put my thoughts down and try to understand where that disconnection comes from. I wrote this piece for me. I wrote this piece for you because I most certainly know I am not alone in this. And that's the very spirit of Letters of the Lofi Poli Sci. We write because we're not alone. And neither are you. Whether you write or read, we are all here. Peace and well-being to all my human beings out there. Much love and always the best. Pickering, signing off.